Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today on this Tuesday morning. I'm Lisa Vidot here with Chris Berg. What are you thinking? Do you know what story I want to talk about today?
I do, but I'm going to be honest with you and tell you what I'm thinking. I almost was like, okay, sun's out. I mean,
Yeah,
it is so
beautiful.
nice out right now. Like, I was just, all right, Vidot, you got this one today.
Sunny skies,
cheer you
it's going to be
on
upper
from-
70s.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm liking it. And I know, looking forward to the weekend, it's going to get even hotter. Look at that blue
It's
sky.
gorgeous.
You know, this morning we were talking, it's a little on the cool side, but everybody loves sleeping with their windows open like this. So, you know,
Yeah.
60 to start in the morning. And
I was driving in, I had the sunroof back, and it was just perfect.
so if you don't show up for work on a sunny day, I'm going to know exactly. Put a tracker. He's in Lakes Country. Put a
In Lakes
tracker on you.
Country, enjoying some delicious Java and maybe some donuts and something else and some breakfast food and just kind of soaking it in.
We need an outdoor studio for days like this.
So
Like
nice.
Studio B should be in Lindenwood Park or something like that. That's not
Yeah.
that far from where we are here in South Fargo.
That's a great idea.
It's gorgeous
Or we could
outside.
do it at Newman Outdoor Field, right? That'd be nice. We could just
Oh yeah,
have the stadium as the backdrop,
I
and here
love
we are.
that. I
Which
love
kind of
that.
brings me back. That was so great when we did the Bison game at.
But with the Butler Bison game at
Yeah.
Target Field,
That was nice.
we should do another Target Field. Well, and so they're talking.
MLB's
We've
back
talked
in
about
play.
that. Yeah, I was going to say. I know. I was reading a little bit about that. So unanimous decision from the owners, but now we're still waiting, right? Don't the players have to still
I
agree
think
to
they
it?
got to agree to it. I mean, I would be stunned if they don't, but the way the world is right now, who knows what's going to happen? You know what I mean?
You know what? We have Red Hawks at Newman Outdoor Field. So
Exactly.
who needs Target Field when you have Newman Outdoor Field? But yeah, I hope the Major League Baseball comes back
They're
too.
bringing up a good point, though. I mean, Newman's a lot easier than going down to Minneapolis. Maybe we should just do some shows from Newman, because you talked about some of those afternoon games. You can just stay there the rest of the day and grab some
Yep.
dogs and maybe take some BP.
Okay, well, I'm sold.
I want to see you take some BP.
Gosh, you know. And we were talking to or listening to. We haven't. Oh, we should get Coach Coast on our show.
He, a gentleman here in the office had spoken to them, and they were like, "Hey, you know, we'd love to have Coaster on, maybe the morning show, your evening show." And so I'm currently working on that. So I'll let you know what I can get done.
Okay. His people are talking to our
people, there
and
you
that's
go.
you know how it works. But
Coaster's a former broadcaster, so I mean, basically all you got to do is go, "Hey, Chris Coast, welcome to the show. What do you want to talk about?" And he'll just go.
and I was going to say one of the cool things I thought was he's like, people in the stands love entertainment. So, you know, I also want players who have a little bit of that, you know, charisma, the entertainers, as well as
Yes.
just being the sluggers. So got to have all of it.
Both.
All of it. Well, okay, now I'm going to jump in because we're talking sports. The story I just can't get over, I thought yesterday when I was watching the news at 6, I think Mike Morgan was when I first heard report it. We used to love to hate him because Dallas Goedert was a huge SDSU football player, like really good. So when NDSU was playing SDSU, we hated him. But I think we still respected him. There he is. So here's the story if you haven't heard it yet. So he's now currently playing with Carson Wentz with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a tight end. I don't know why he would. I mean, he's from South Dakota.
Yeah.
So he was back
are you gonna
home
sing
in
the Eagles
South
song
Dakota.
real quick? Fly, Eagles, fly.
Well, and you know, their fans are pretty, it doesn't take much to get them pretty riled up. So I'm sure they are mad. They're probably on buses
To South
heading to
Dakota.
South Dakota right now. So apparently Goddard was at a bar in, I think, Aberdeen over the weekend, Friday night. And a man, a Florida man, sucker punched him and knocked him out. I know people were like, what was it, a sucker punch? Was he really knocked out? They have video. Someone in the bar had video, and they put it out on Twitter. And I also watched. He was totally.
I haven't seen the video. So
I'm
did
not
he just
really
walk up to
sure
the
what
dude and-
was. You could kind of see him at the bottom. I don't know. It must have been security video because it was kind of in black and white. And you can see him. I'm Goddard, and he had his hand out on this other guy's, like, hey, like, it looked like he was like, hey, back off. And then someone comes from like over here and just boom, like, and punches him, and he drops. But it was, yeah, because I mean, like, I don't know what sucker punch, just like not ready for it. I mean, it wasn't in the back of the head or whatever, but he was like this, and this guy just, and that guy, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy, and when you're in your home state, you just never think like, I in my home state of South Dakota, right?
It's because the guy
Although
was
he
from Florida. I
Right,
mean,
I
he
was
was
gonna
in South
say,
Dakota. I
yeah.
mean, who let the guy from Florida into South Dakota?
That's what I was going to say. So then some dude from out of town shows up, and
Sorry if you're from Florida. Everyone, why are you here, too? No, just kidding.
what a sad. I've not seen the video, but I did see this over the weekend when it was reported, and I thought, man, what is going on with a NFL guy from SD getting sucker punched?
Terrible.
Crazy,
You're
right?
right. It's like if Carson Wentz came back, he was having a few drinks, at Herd and Horns. No one's going to come up and sucker punch him, like there's some
No.
smack talking going on there. So in Aberdeen, I guess.
I mean,
the
that's the
Zoo
thing.
Bar. I've never been to the Zoo Bar, but now I know the name. Now I want to go to the bar where someone had the,
Just when you're in the league, you always going to have a target on your back, and so you've got to obviously have your head on a swivel. But you're in South Dakota. You never think, oh my gosh, someone's going to walk up to me and want to scrap with me, and especially when you're 6'4", 250, right?
Yeah, right.
So is he okay? I mean,
It sounds like, the video that I watched, it did look like he was knocked out, but then I heard he was, checked out of the hospital. I think they brought him in, checked him out, and I'm sure we're going to find out more information on, what's going on, but
I
my
hope he
goodness.
presses charges.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and then, I work in news, so obviously I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what could have happened? Because, there was a story not so long ago in downtown Fargo where someone was punched and, you fall backwards or,
That's right. I
sometimes the
forgot about
fall can, and that guy ended up passing away, so think before you swing, guys.
that. Just don't do it, right? Anyways, this is actually a great story. Do you like the Food Network?
I do. I don't watch it
Okay.
as much as I do HGTV. I'm more of a,
We love it, especially Guy. Guy Fieri is just fantastic. So apparently he was in town yesterday.
Did you go find him or
I
chase him
didn't.
down?
I just saw the Facebook post, and I'm not that big of a fan, or I'm going to go hunt him down. But I just think he's super cool. He reminds me of a good buddy of mine, like when he does his diners, drive-ins, and dives show and things, and he's just awesome. And so, anyways, he was in town. He was the Soul. Have you been to the Soul place in Moorhead? I haven't been.
No,
there.
I haven't.
It sounds like it's sort of Mexican or Latin, and so I obviously need to go. I think they're probably going to hire me to make the guacamole there. But what was that, T?
We thought this picture was taken in front of Junkyard.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he was. Which apparently
sure he's
Soul is
making the
right by
rounds.
Junkyard. Yeah, so he was probably there as well. Then he went to a place in downtown Fargo, or a couple of them, and so who knows when it'll air. But they got Guy's grocery games on the Food Network as well, and so
I
it
know.
was
I was talking to our
awesome.
producer. He said at least 4 shows he thought that he has right now.
Whatever it is, the dude's making bank because
The diners,
every
drive-ins, and dives. I
hour
like that one.
It's on like 24/7. So kudos to Guy and.
Stay tuned as to what he exactly was shooting
Yeah.
or doing here. So I love it that Moorhead PD posted the picture and then we all went crazy. So I didn't run over, but I thought about it. To Moorhead. I'd love to have a drink with Guy. I think he would be
I would
fascinating.
too.
All right, stay with us. So we have a great show planned for you today. Coming up next, a Parks to Go event where you and your family play detective. How cool is that? We have all the details for you next.